Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, what did you do? I ate some cookies. I drank some juice. I saved someone's life. And when we do our presentations in high schools, we always ask people just to close their eyes and think of someone that they love. Welcome to Airdrie Inside with your host, Chris Glass.
We are here at Micro Acres. This place smells great. You have to check them out. You can find them at your local ranch. They've been gracious with their space. This is our third straight time recording here, and we love it here. And I have a great guest for you. I have the voice of Air 106, one of the champions of arts and culture here, Shamus Neeson. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much. And I have to mirror what you said. It smells really nice in this building. Very fresh.
Yes, and it's not me. That's the thing. Everything else smells nice.
No, I walked in, I was like, what am I walking into?
So, Shamus, I got to start off right now by thanking you for triggering me with your sweater. I hated the St. Mary's Saints. I was a Dr. E.P. Scarlet Lancer back in the day. Oh, yeah. And we used to fight Bill McConkey's team all the time.
Oh, man.
So,
you know your stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So I just, I appreciate the old school vibes, and I hate it at the exact same time. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I wore it then.
Yeah.
Stimulate some conversation.
Absolutely. So, Shamus, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I know, where do I start?
Yeah.
I'm 48, going to be 49. I moved to Airdrie almost 2 years ago. My girlfriend, who is amazing, lives in Airdrie, and I was living in Calgary. So for 10 years, I was making the drive in, I want to say 3 or 4 times a week. And then the time came just to buy a place. I was like, let's do it in Airdrie. And I'm very happy that I did, because I'm starting to plant some roots in the city, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is one of those cities where you move to at thinking this might be transitional, this might be a step in my journey. And then that was for me. I came back from Edmonton, couldn't afford a house in Calgary, settled on Airdrie, and then fell in love with this place and kind of laid my roots and became kind of a fixture here. Like, I'm not leaving.
It's so easy to do it. I mean, really, the people are phenomenal, super friendly, super easy to talk with. And then you've got everything that you'll ever need here. And if it's not here, it's like 10 minutes down the road. It's easy.
Yeah. Absolutely. Plus, we almost have a Costco.
Almost. I just go for the hot dogs and gas. That's it.
Yes. Yeah. The hot dogs are a great perk. So let's talk about some of your many roles here. So part of my reason why I wanted to have you on is you've built some pretty big ties with the radio station, with the Arts and Culture Council. I think those two things are part of our community here. So talk to me a little bit about your involvement with both.
Okay, sure. I have to clarify, my role with the radio station is minimal.
I still hear your voice on it, though.
Whenever they need an extra set of lungs, an extra set of vocal cords, they'll give me a shout, and I'll help them out whenever I can.
Yeah.
I took the broadcasting program in Calgary at Mount Royal. I graduated in 2005, and I absolutely love radio. But the funny thing with radio is I didn't think my job would end up being in radio. The way that the program worked at Mount Royal is that first year is radio, second year is television, and I had a practicum in the creative department at A Channel before it flipped to City TV.
A Channel. Now we're going back with Dar McBool on the roof.
Absolutely.
He was my favorite weather guy, because he always looked as surprised as I was with the weather. He's always looking at the sky going, looks like rain, now? Maybe snow.
Yeah, he was a character for sure.
Dar, you have a Doppler radar that can tell you these things.
He's like, it's okay.
No, A Channel was great.
And it was fun working there. And I thought that at the end of my practicum in the creative department, which I loved, that they would offer me a job. And at the same time, I had a practicum at a radio station. And it was the radio station that said, hey, do you mind staying on? And I was like, yes, I would love to do this. So that was back in 2005.
Which radio station was that?
I first got hired with 88.9 Shine FM in Calgary.
Okay.
And I worked there for about a year before moving down to Lethbridge and starting working with a different radio station down there until 2010. And then I went from full-time radio to part-time radio because I got hired 16 years ago with Canadian Blood Services.
Right. And I know how passionate you are about Canadian Blood Services. So
I am.
Yeah. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Sure. Okay. I think the problem with people not donating blood kind of surrounds itself around apathy.
Yeah.
But also ties in with, if you've never had to think about donating blood, Your family has never needed it. You don't have any friends or family members going through cancer treatment. There's really no reason for you to think about Canadian Blood Services. But when you look at the stats, every minute of every day, someone in Canada will need blood. So really, we're at a position now with Canadian Blood Services that we are trying to distance ourselves from the United States. Some of our blood products, because we don't have a processing plant in Canada, get sent down to the States. They process it. We get it back. And it goes out to people that are going through cancer treatments and whatnot. The mandate that just got given to us is that we need to be self-sufficient in Canada, which means that my role as a recruitment manager is to get more and more Canadians to donate blood so we can be self-sufficient, so we don't have to rely on any other countries.
So when we talk about blood products, right? Like a lot of people think I donate blood. They take it from me, put it in a bag, goes into somebody else. But that's not the case. There's plenty of blood products that come from that. So when you donate blood, what happens next?
Well, if you remember some of the ads, every time you donate blood, you save the lives of 3 people. That's because when you donate blood here in Airdrie, you're donating what we call whole blood. So you're donating plasma, platelets, and red blood cells, which gets fractionated into 3 different elements. So that blood that you're donating in Airdrie today, within 5 days, an element of it will be transfused into somebody else.
Yeah. And how many Canadians need blood services at some point in their life? How many people does this affect?
Well, I don't know how many thousands, but the stats that we throw out there is every minute of every day someone will need it. Most of the blood that we collect goes towards people going through cancer treatment. And when you look at Canada as a whole, at any given time, 50% of Canadians can't donate blood for a wide variety of different reasons. Could be medication, it could be tattoos and piercings, could simply be just travel. But when you look at the remaining 50%, 1 in 87 actually do. So it's 1.35% of Canadians will donate blood for those people that are eligible, but 100% of Canadians will expect it if they ever need it. So that's why my job is to constantly try to encourage people to come and see us. And it doesn't matter what your motivation is, because we could talk about motivation. Some people, all they want to do is go in there, eat their weight in Oreos, and then they're out the door.
The free cookies.
But some people, depends on how they start with Canadian Blood Services. When you first start donating with us, chances are it's going to be in a mobile neighborhood clinic. You're donating whole blood. Something like that. Yeah. So your motivation is the greater good. But then all of a sudden they talk to you and say, hey, Chris, have you ever thought of donating plasma? Oh, tell me what that's all about. Plasma you could donate on a weekly basis. So when you hear those stories of people that have donated 1,700 times in their lifetime, which is an everyday thing in Calgary, that number becomes motivation, because everyone, the first time they hit 100 donations, they're like, that did not take me that long. And then 200 and then 400. Tomorrow, I have to be a bit of a braggart here, but tomorrow in the Airdrie clinic, I'm making 308 blood donation. Most of those are plasma, because I lived in Calgary for a while. So I was doing it every week. But now that I'm living in Airdrie, I mean, the clinic is like 5 minutes away from where I live. And it takes me about 27 minutes in and out. One episode of The Bear is all it takes for you to save someone's life.
That is a good recruiting tool. Putting it in the term of TV shows, right? One episode of The Good Place, you can find out the twist at the end of season 1. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah,
what did you do? I ate some cookies. I drank some juice. I saved someone's life. And when we do our presentations in high schools, we always ask people just to close their eyes and think of someone that they love. And would you donate, let's say, an hour of your time to save someone's life? I mean, most people would raise their hands. So yeah, sometimes it's an easy ask. Sometimes it's not so easy.
Yeah, of course. What are some of the challenges that you're facing right now? Obviously, that self-sustaining side of it has to be putting some pressure on the system. But what else is going on?
I think, like I said, it's a lot of apathy. It's a lot of misinformation that's out there. One of the biggest hurdles that we had for Canadian Blood Services is that we have these rules and regulations in place for years and years and years that recently got removed. For example, if you lived in the UK between 1993, regardless, it was if you lived in the UK for a vast amount of time, for more than 6 months, you couldn't donate anywhere on the planet.
And that was because of
mad cow disease. Yeah. But now, country by country has been removing that based on updated testing. So even if you lived in the UK during those timeframes, you could now donate blood in Canada. And a lot of people don't know that information. So they've got it in their heads that they can never
I couldn't
do it.
donate once. Now I can't donate ever again.
That's right. Yeah. So certain things with Canadian Blood Services will change regularly. For years, we told diabetics, keep walking, pal, because you can't donate blood. But now it all ties in with whether or not they are insulin dependent. And then it ties in with the type of insulin. So right now, if you're diabetic, you got a pretty good shot that you can donate blood now.
Right. And for somebody who's diabetic who needs insulin and needs life-saving intervention at some point, this makes sense because you can give it back and you can help out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What goes around comes around.
I love your passion for this.
Oh, thank you.
Speaking of other passions that you have and probably how you and I got to know each other first, I remember our meeting at the table. They're not a sponsor, but they should be considering how much I eat there. Little Airdrie gem.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh yeah.
As soon as I walked in, I've never been there before. As soon as I walked in, my eyes just went whoop, huge, because I'm a fat guy who likes to eat. And they've got this beautiful display of all their handmade foods. I think you should get sponsored. And I think next time you do one of these, it should be there.
Well, if anybody's listening who has a connection to Chef Eric, put him in touch with me. We're going to have him on the show.
Yes, Chef. Yes,
because,
Chef.
man, that is an Airdrie delicacy. But I remember sitting there talking about one of the roles I have with Airdrie Culture Fest and being on the board of Airdrie Culture Fest, and your role with the Airdrie Arts and Culture Council, a lot of acronyms there, and just working together on that. So talk about your passion for the arts and what got you to be involved in the council.
Well, it was a couple of things, to be honest. So when I first got hired at Canadian Blood Services, got hired with my first major radio station. It was down in Lethbridge. I made some great friends there. Yeah. And then I had made a comment to a few of them, hey, I just bought a place in Airdrie. I'm going to be moving there. They're like, you need to say hello to my friend Heather. She is on city council. And I was like, okay, I'll keep that in mind. And I was in the Canada Day parade for Air 106.
Yeah.
I happened to notice that there was a politician, a local government person in front of me. She had her sign, Heather Spearman. So I introduced myself and she's like, oh my gosh, this is great.
Yes.
So at that point on, whenever I saw her, I would ask her a couple of quick questions. And I said, Heather, I've got a radio background. I love music. I love arts. I love culture. Is there anything that I can maybe get my hands dirty with here in Airdrie? I want to grow some roots. Please point me in the right direction. And she said, check out the Airdrie Arts and Culture Council. They're looking for people to join their board. And I did. And I had a great interview with Amanda and some of the other members there.
Right.
Ryan was on there. And it was just great. It was a great fit. I felt the way that I kind of compare being on this board with the Airdrie Arts and Culture Council is it reminds me of when I was taking the broadcasting program at Mount Royal. I mean, we all had the same kind of outgoing personality, the same love for trivia, pop culture, music, movies, and we would travel in packs. So when I started on this board, all those amazing feelings came coming back to me because there's some amazing people and we all have the same kind of likes and dislikes and just desire to grow the city.
Yeah. You know, I really think the arts, whether it be music or any other of the creative arts, it really has an ability to give a city or a town an identity that wasn't there before. Mm-hmm. And I think it brings everybody together. One of the cool things about doing the show is I've been privy to some amazing artists. Like our first musical guest was Eden Taylor, and we were at Glitch Gaming and she played guitar, and this girl in front of me's voice fills this room, and it's an experience I'll never forget because it was the first time we had a musical guest on. But my point in that is the talent in this city in so many of the arts disciplines is exceptional, and to see it showcased finally is in my mind overdue. So I love the work you're doing, elevating these voices and elevating these different groups. that haven't had a microphone before.
No, and I love the passion that they've got. I mean, really, we're not millionaires, but we kind of have these things in our heart that kind of drives us. We have our 9-to-5 job that pays the bills, but once that's done, it's almost like the last day of school before summer vacation, where we're busting out that door, and we're now focused on our true passions, whether or not it's arts, it's music, it's just making the community stronger.
Yeah. So talk to me a little bit about what the Arts and Culture Council has on the go, because I know you have some events coming up. I know the Airdrie Walk, the Art Walk is coming up.
Yes, the Airdrie Art Walk, and this is something that we're excited on because this is the first year that it's happening, and being a part on some of those meetings where people are discussing on what they want it to look like. It's inspiring because you've got these people that have got a passion, whether or not they do it themselves or it's just ingrained in their DNA. They just want to share their art with the city, and they want other people within our city of Airdrie to be able to share the same gift that they've got.
Yeah, it's cool to see that coming to the forefront. And, I was at Inspire on the weekend. You were there as well. That building, and to see how our arts and culture community is kind of rallied around it and kind of taken it on as their home base has been pretty neat to watch.
It's a gorgeous building. And I joke with my girlfriend, I'm like, if you know that I'm not at home, I'm going to be inside of that building for sure, because we have so many events that happen there.
Yeah.
One of the events that we've got happening at the end of May 30th, it's a Saturday. It's a workshop that's aimed at artists specifically. So there's going to be 4 different sessions throughout the day talking about different topics that kind of are aimed at artists. For example, if you don't know how to put your portfolio together, we'll have someone that's leading a session on that. If you're not too sure how to get your art into studios and galleries, we'll have someone that talks on that. And the other one that really strikes home, because I think a lot of people can take this information. You don't have to be an artist.
Yeah.
It kind of ties on with that comment I made earlier. We're not millionaires. So we've got someone that's going to be talking about financial literacy in the art world.
In that gig economy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is a gig economy where they have money coming in. It might not happen as often as they had hoped, but here's a way to be smarter with your money so you can make it last until the next gig is there.
That's so many cool things are on the go, and it's great to see that being a part of it. Where do you see the council moving towards in the future? Where in 5 years, we take a wider view of this. What does it look like here in Airdrie? What's the scene look like, and what's the role of the council?
I don't know if this is a pipe dream or not, but the way that I see it, and
pipe dreams are okay.
Again, because I'm new to this, is I see the Airdrie Arts and Culture Council to be almost like an umbrella. So people will come and approach us. They want to work with us because we have those resources for them. We've got website, we've got the social media. So if you've got a smaller group that for example, the Francophones in Airdrie. There's not a lot of them, but they're passionate, and they like to eat, mais oui. But they want to work together because, I mean, it's one of those things, again, that we're doing is we're just celebrating the love of the different cultures within our community. So I think in 5 years, the Airdrie Arts and Culture Council will be the umbrella. We'll be working with a couple of other groups. We'll have our, let's say, 5 major events per year. That is going to be the major focus. But if people are curious to see what's going on in their city, they go to our website and they'll see everything listed there. It's almost like a nonstop shop.
Yeah, I do love that feature of where if you don't have anything on the go, you can go to your website, and you guys do a great job of keeping that updated, where we can look and go, hey, wow, I didn't know that person was playing here. I didn't know this play was here. I didn't know this art display was going on, and kind of picking and choosing from that menu. It's neat to see.
Well, thank you very much.
So now let's talk about what art you're into. What's your passions here, right? Because I know you're a very musical guy. So what are some of your influences here?
I am a music guy. I love music. And I have to say that even though I like most genres of music, just like everyone else, for a while, I'm just stuck in dance music from the late 90s, early 2000s. And I'll tell you why. It's because I'm trying to relive my youth, having a great time bartending downtown Calgary, not a care in the world, but these songs. And that's what I love about music. You hear a song that will instantly trigger. It could be a good memory, it could be a bad memory, it could be a great relationship, could be a horrible relationship. But that's the thing about music. It's just got that power to instantly just transport you back.
I just got back from a work trip from Nashville, Tennessee. So I'm on a bit of a country music kick, but you're talking about that song Remembers When. There's a song by Trisha Yearwood that talks about that. Like, it could take you right back to that moment in that cafe where you got your heart broken, or when you met that person, or you saw that event. It's a pretty powerful medium.
I also have to say, speaking of music, I MC weddings quite often for complete strangers, because not everyone has got the gift like we do with our families. So if we're getting married, there's always someone in our family that can talk. Not everyone's got that gift, so they'll hire me to do it. But when we talk about first dances and I meet with the bride and groom ahead of time, I'm like, why did you choose this song? And I write down exactly what they tell me. So when that song comes up and I'm inviting people to come to the dance floor to take the pictures of the first dance, I kind of go into explaining why they chose their song. Some people, it's their first song when they first started dating, like 10 years ago. This is always going to be their song. And some people, the lyrics resonate with them.
Yeah. Well, when you talk about first songs, so I've been a wedding DJ for 20 years too. So I've seen my fair share of first songs. And it's usually that song that's popular that summer. You get 4 or 5 times that summer. But for my wife, when we were in London, England, and we were hopping between little pubs with a friend of hers, who's just a brilliant human being, and we were having the time of our lives. We're listening to early 90s, early 2000s, and almost at every bar we went to, there was something playing, and I remember sitting there in that moment and we were listening to the song. I'm like, this is going to be our wedding song if we ever get married. Guess what song it was?
I swear.
No.
All for One.
That's a good guess, but we had to slow it down for the first part because it's a faster song.
Okay.
So we had DJ Willie Snipes kind of handle the music for us there. But it was I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston.
Oh, good song.
Which fantastic song. And to this day still kills at weddings if you play it.
Absolutely. I mean, she's got the voice of a golden god. I mean, even her rendition of the American anthem, was it the American?
Second best of all time.
Oh my gosh. Like, it gives me goosebumps. And that's the thing with music. There's something about it. And I think it's because our brains are wired differently, where all of a sudden our bodies will react. Goosebumps, tears of joy when certain songs come on. You're like, oh my God, I remember this song.
Now, if people wanted to learn more, I'm going to give you 2 chances to plug here because there's 2 separate tracks here.
Sure.
So since you're a vampire or a blood recruiter, or I don't know what you refer to yourself. Is it a vampire?
We dressed up as a team as a vampire one Halloween. So
that's
you can say it.
Okay, so give me a plug for Canadian Blood Services. When's our next clinics? Where can people go if they want to donate?
Well, we actually have clinics in Airdrie quite often. If you're ever curious to find out when and where, all you have to do is type in your postal code on our website, which is www.blood.ca.
Blood.ca.
Mm-hmm.
How did you guys get that one?
We're wicked
like
smart,
the very first website ever given out.
Canadian Blood Services was created in the 90s because of a blood scandal that happened.
Yes.
Blood.ca. Our phone number hasn't changed in the same amount of time. 1-888 to donate.
There you go. Okay, and then on the second track, if people want to get more involved with the Arts and Culture Council or want to find out more information, where can they go?
Our website is pretty user-friendly, and there's a ton of information on there. And forgive me because I'm relatively new. I'm going to say www.airdrieartsandculturecouncil.com.
Okay, and we will link that in the show notes. So
okay, I appreciate that.
Don't worry about that.
You're like, it was way off.
We got you covered, and I know the support you've given us for Airdrie Culture Fest has been great over the past 3 years. So I look forward to you're going to have a booth there at our event.
I'm happy to do it.
We can't wait to see you there. And I really appreciate you coming on the show.
Well, thanks for having me. It's been a fun event together.
Before you leave, let's get a Go Lancers or Go Mustangs. Can I know?
Yeah, if you want.
No, it's okay.
They've got a good band program.
Thank you so much for being on the show today. And thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be back with more great episodes shortly.